Green forever.
I know part of your job is to, and this has always been part of your job, is to keep your radar alert to changes in technology that are going to change your business. You described this 50% improvement in battery technology, which I presume has to do with some chemistries that that are in the labs right now. With that in mind, when do you think, just to throw a number out there, when do you think 20% of the FedEx pickup and delivery fleet in the United States will be electric?
I think there's a good chance that we would cross that threshold in, I'll just throw out a number, perhaps 7 years.
7 years.
Mm-hmm. Because it's very profound. I mean, when you're talking about taking the operating cost and cutting it by 80%, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So the capital cost, if they truly come down the way I anticipate that they will, then I think that a large part of light-duty transportation, including our personal transportation, the vehicle I mentioned that we're going to be putting in Los Angeles, I guess we've already got them out there as a matter of fact, it has about a 100-mile range, which is perfectly adequate for most pickup and delivery operations. So another 50 miles of range or power and cutting the battery cost in half, and you really have a compelling disruptive technology.
So 7 years to 20%, how many years?
That's just a guess.
Sure, but while we're guessing, how many years to 100%?
Well, I don't know that we'd ever get to 100% because in places like Montana, where there are few stops and many miles between stops, probably diesel or biodiesel might be the solution. But I think you could see a very large part of the light-duty fleet in the United States converted to electricity. We're a member of a group called the Electrification Coalition that includes us, Nissan, a number of power companies, battery manufacturers, and so forth. And we released a report. You can Google it up if you want, or use another search engine if you prefer. Okay. But the Electrification Coalition's recommendations to the nation, which were then verified by an econometric study we had done by the University of Maryland, indicates that if you could move forward with the electrification program that we recommended in this report, you could take today's light-duty oil consumption of approximately 10 million barrels a day. That's roughly half of our national consumption. And if you went business as usual 25 years out, that would be about 14 million barrels a day. And if you take the recommendations of the Electrification Coalition and its predecessor organization, which was built up of some CEOs and generals that really looked at this problem from a national security standpoint, and throw in there the fuel efficiency standards that have been put in place, that number is about 4 million barrels a day. I mean, this is big stuff.